Hey, what's up, everyone? Welcome to tonight's show of Metaverse Live, the live dev blog for Metaverse Studios over here in wonderful, cold, freeze your butt off New Hampshire. ah, well, as always, it's another Sunday, and thank you for joining us. Ooh, what do I have going on here? Hold on. Oh, man, I have a new setup today, and things are acting a little wonky. Uh, Make sure I have. Do I have this set up right? There we go. Yeah. So, yes, as you can tell, things have changed a little bit tonight. Camera position is a little more horizontal. I'll let you know, vertical. Um, Move the camera. Hey, Logan. Actually, I'm using Unreal Engine. That's the main game engine we're using over here. I'm not actually using Construct. Wow. Okay. Yeah. Anyway, let's try to. Yeah, it's a fun project. Work with Unreal. We're doing a 2D game with it. Very looks very NES esque. In fact, it's supposed to be kind of like an NES game. So yeah. Anyway, yeah. For tonight's show, we're probably gonna be focusing mostly on doing more sprites tonight. Kind of left off there last week. Wow, everything is so different. All my stuff was moved around on me. So yeah. Anyway, so rundown from last week. We were building out more sprites for the game. Our Thank you, Logan. Um, our main dev, he's been messing around with more of the 3D stuff. He's been having a lot of progress actually in that. So, but he refuses to send me any stuff until he actually's got stuff working properly. And so, I don't sadly have nothing to show you. All that I know is that he was recreating an old Marathon 2 level that he had created years ago. Well, actually, not him. Our other guy created years ago, and he's actually just taking that level, using that. It says Marathon back in the day was a very, very like Doom 2, um, Doom 2 going into like Quake era type graphics. So it kind of really falls into that 64-bit era style that we were going for that section of the game. So he decided to recreate that since it is a low polygon count map that actually worked really well back then. The only difference is that this game was developed for the Mac and PC, so it might be a little bit more beefier than what a Nintendo 64 or PlayStation would have used, but we're going to try it out anyway. It's just like he figured it's worth it. It was a map that was already created by us in house, so it was worth recreating. So I look forward to it. But he said lately he's been working a lot with trying to get the shaders to look right. Right now, there's a lot of additional, everything is working a lot more overtime on it. So it looks like the graphics are a lot more advanced than what you would see on a N64 PlayStation 1 game. So he's been really determined to try to bring it down so it looks more genuine in that area. So yeah, that's what he's been up to. Hopefully, I'm really hoping that he's going to get us something really soon. Hopefully before the end of March. But it's all up to him. He really wants to make sure he's got something working properly before he has me showing it off online. So I gotta wait for that. But as always, we will continue on working with all the NES stuff so that the game here looks. The NES graphics look great. We are going to be continuing to work with updating our little tiny guys over into the bigger, more devious-looking versions of our characters, so that they just look a lot nicer. And let's see, what do we leave off on this one? We were working on animation. Yeah, we did have the animation going along with the attack animation on top of that. So, yeah, are we done with this one? Are we moving on to the next one now? No, I think I want to actually add some more animation because we have no movement animation for this guy yet. So we need to work on that. But right now we do have these attack little spike things that will shoot up out of the ground that hit you. Hey Logan. Actually, I'll give a quick lowdown on the game. The story, we haven't revealed a lot of information about the story yet. The idea behind the main objective, pretty much for at least the first game in the set, is that you are a young girl who is going after some evil creatures that have abducted her father, and you're going after her, trying to save her. Save him. And so we're creating all the creatures that you'll be facing off against. Yeah, I do have her here. Let me just load her up. So it's nice that we can talk about someone and actually see it too. The big thing behind this this project we're working on is that it's actually a set of 4 games, each game taking place during a different console generation. The first game is based on the NES. Second game will be either Super Nintendo or Sega Genesis style. The decision on which path we're going to be taking, on which console we're going to be doing, is going to be open to the community. And once the first game is done, we'll be opening it up and actually asking for feedback from people and see what people think we should go. After that one, the next one will be a 64-bit era style game, either N64 or PlayStation or maybe even Sega Saturn, depending on what people want. And then after that, it will switch over to the GameCube, Xbox, PlayStation 2 era, and that will be the final game in the series. At this point, after that, we'll may or may not do another game, a Part 5, that will bring it more into the current generation. Haven't decided yet. We're still kind of figuring things out past the first 4 games. But our main goal is to at least get the first 4 done, and then we would actually either after the 4th one's done, go on to another series, or possibly similar to how this one's being done, or continue on this story more. We have written a lot of what the story for the series is going to be. We just have decided not to share much information on it yet because it does kind of tie into the future games, which we're currently not really any information about them yet. Currently our main focus is just on the NES game and getting that one done. So which mouse am I using there? Get that one off the screen. Geez, it's huge. Okay, there we go. So yeah, we are going to continue working on this creature, making him look nicer. What's going on here? Message is going over where? Okay, and as always, just a few shout outs. Indie Game Trends, Indiedev B, Indiedev B, thanks for the retweets, and Indie Game Network, thanks for liking tonight's episode. Mike the Game Dev, thank you for following us. And and Fortnite Tips 625, also thank you for following us. It's a busy night already. Wow, usually not this much activity first thing on as we start. But so yeah, that's kind of the lowdown on everything right now. So we're gonna dive into working on this. Gonna start some music up, and we'll just start getting going. Hopefully this week we do not run into the same issues we did last week, where the stream just completely died on us. Just cross our fingers. I hope that doesn't happen this week. Okay, switching over to the music. As always, music is provided by Free Music Wave. It's no copyright music. It's perfect for streaming. And we don't have to deal with YouTube getting after us and complaining that we're using copyright stuff. So let's get going. Okay. Make sure everything's sounding good. So things got a little rearranged this week. So if you see me moving my head around like all over the place, that's why. Things got completely rearranged. Got things a little bit better set up. So okay, let's hop into this thing. So I'm gonna first just take this guy out. Move that over to a different layer because I don't need to have that on the same layer as the animation. That way we can actually run the animation, not have to worry about things. Currently, I actually have 4 monitors set up right now. 2 of them are used for the streaming, and 2 of them are used for artwork and development that way. So yeah, it used to be 3 monitors. It used to be 2 monitors and a laptop, and then over this weekend I finally got the laptop hooked up to a 4th one. Yeah. Oh, yeah, I'm getting used to the 4 monitor setup. It's a little different, but it's nice having all this nice screen space, and maybe I'll actually look up at the screen as I work on it more. Pretty much the laptop is just kind of as a backup with kind of like I can use with web browsing. If I need reference material, I can easily bring it up there. But yeah. So when I'm looking up from this direction, I'm actually looking up at the stream and making sure everything's running properly. Last week we had a lot of issues with the stream, and it just completely crapped out on us. Yeah, more screens are better. But yeah, one is a streaming thing. The other one actually has like Twitter and the chat stuff going, so that I can see that as it goes. But the big thing I gotta do is I just gotta get the camera better positioned. Right now I actually have it oddly hanging off of a coat hanger as I work. Just because I haven't been able to actually find a proper way to position it where it looks like I'm looking at the camera and not actually staring off, like looking upwards or downwards at it. But luckily the software I use for streaming, which is Streamlabs, actually allows me to rotate the camera and position it the way I need it. So it's working pretty well. Okay, so I'm gonna see how this animation is working right now. I don't think I actually ever messed with it last week, so I don't know what that one. Is that correctly doing both? Nope, this one's on. Okay. So I think that's a good animation just for a stance, but we do need to come up with an animation for it moving. So the problem I have is the fact he does take up the full length, so I gotta figure out a way to make him move without actually getting outside this 3x2 tile section. So let's duplicate this. I'm gonna deactivate this for now because it's gonna start looking wonky. So best case scenario, maybe if we get it to actually be narrowable too, as always. Okay, why is the keyboard not working? Not the keyboard's working. Why is it not working here? Oh, duh. Jeez, that's why. Select. Okay, so we're slowly getting somewhat of an animation for it moving. This is the one downside right now with doing the walking animations is I can't actually have it moving back and forth right now. Thank you. It has not been an easy process with doing the sprite work. If you ever got a chance to look back at some of the early episodes I've done, that it has been a very time-consuming process getting to where we are today. Where I am today, it has not been easy. Okay, so actually, it does actually kind of look like he's moving forward. So let's actually. Duplicate, copy, deselect, add new, deselect, image, deselect. Now, see what happens. There, he's dancing for us. I think that's actually more the one I want, not that this way. Okay, I don't know why, but I find that very humorous and moving right now. Okay, I think it's a good start for his movement. Okay, I gotta stop this thing. I'll laugh the whole entire episode if I keep him moving just now. Okay, so he's off to a good start for his movements. Let's just keep going here. Oh, not on the right level. Right layer. I'm going down that path. I'm afraid he's gonna look like he's flexing, man. as always, bobbing head is always a good option. So. Let me bring this down a bit. Now we got way too much black over here. We can eliminate some of that. Oh, that's why. I'm hitting the wrong key. That's. Thanks. The music actually is. I stumbled across it a few months ago. They create a lot of good stuff over at Free Music Wave. I feel like I'm getting too much into that area. I don't personally do much coding. Our developer does most of the coding for this project. I think he does a lot of stuff in C++ and C#. The only languages I know how to program in are HTML and JavaScript, so doesn't really help much with this project. I've been wanting to learn both those languages, and that was actually one reason why we kind of picked Unreal, because it does work with both those languages very well. Yes, JavaScript does have its users. Its uses. It's great for web stuff. That's about it. Okay. Let's delete this guy now, since that one's outdated. Duplicate that one. Okay, so let's see what this looks like now. Yeah, we don't promote a lot. Thank you. We've been slowly trying to get more people out there to sub.
Dear 16-year-old me, I'm from 10 years in the future. I'm older, can't you see? I've got wrinkles on my
Yeah, we just haven't done like the big press push yet. Probably in the near future once we decide to go around doing a Kickstarter, but right now we just kind of keeping a low key till we actually have a substantial amount to kind of show off. That's kind of the reason why I've been kind of keeping a little bit quiet. Okay, did I not turn the right one on? I did not turn the right one on. Okay, so there. I turned the wrong one on, that's why. Okay, so how's he looking now? Oh. Why does he have to look like he's dancing? Oh boy. Maybe I'll keep it. I don't know. I do need to bring back some little base red down this area here. Right there. Probably want to extend that out on the walking animations again. What else here? A lot more black in that area. I mean, I'll bring some of that back into here. Maybe fix some little area here. It's kind of like, looks like it's a big butt. Got some areas to start working on. Bring back some of this black in here. Yeah, that kind of works. That's the way it is.
Please come back. Where the hell did you go? If you hear this, just know that I miss you. Know that I miss you.
That actually might work a little better. This little dot is actually bugging the hell out of me. disconnecting too much. I'm breaking that up way too much. Turn that one back on. Yeah, this is one of the monsters for the game right now. Pretty much what it does, it's kind of, these red things are kind of like tentacles on them, and when he gets within a certain distance within the hero, these things here will pop out of the ground and inflict damage. That's currently the only mechanics we have for them right now. It may change, it may not, but that's currently what we're doing, is just having these little things come popping out of the ground and doing damage when you get too close. The idea will be you want to attack them from a distance so you don't get really hurt. That brown spot there is bugging me. That kind of looks like he's doing POW. That one could work. I could deal with that. A little POW motion, like he's punching. My keys. Oh yeah, it's because I have that in the back. That's why. I think I could. NES graphics we are finding are a pain in the butt. There's a lot of restrictions doing NES graphics, and we're actually being very true to what NES could do. The NES, when they did graphics, only were allowed 3 colors and a transparency, and we're being very true to that, and we're not being like some of the other games out there where we're like, oh, well, we're making them look 8-bit, but in fact we're using a lot more colors than we're supposed to. Yeah, there's a lot of restrictions. Yeah, we're also like we have to make sure they're within these 8x8 tile sets. So this character here, he's 2 tiles wide, and he's 3 tiles tall. We don't like get outside that. If he does get outside just by a bit, then we would classify, oh well, now he's officially 2 more tiles, which adds on to the initial sprite sheet. We're designing the game as if we could, in theory, bring it over to an NES. If we were to like rewrite it and just take all the assets out and program it in I think it's assembly is what NES used. We could, in theory, do that. We're not going to, because that would be a nightmare, but the idea is we could, in theory, do that with this game. Get rid of that one there. That's good the way it was. I've never done assembly. I can only imagine it being a nightmare. Hand back the way it was.
Feel my body aching, I feel like I'm breaking, and I know it all too well. Got another new day, still I'm feeling misplaced. I keep going down, down, down. Too many years going by, caught in an action I can't rewind on. And in my head I'm screaming, out of my mind, I'm still too young to feel this way. Still too young.
Yeah, I don't know too many people out there using assembly anymore. I feel like that's almost like a dead language when it comes to the computer world. Let's see, let's duplicate.
Time doesn't move slow. Feel the pressure on me. I think I might go crazy.
Let's see how this little animation does.
Years going by, caught in an action I can't rewind.
Just realized I did not set
In my head, I'm screaming.
this one right.
Out of my mind, I'm still too young to feel this way. Still too young to be running out of energy.
I want to flip the horizontal. Deselect. So how does it look now? Well, thank you so much for that. I don't know. He's just been kind of evolving. Originally, when we started working on him, he was just this little guy here, and over time, he wound up. Well, first off, we found out I had designed him way too small, and he was itty bitty. So last episode, last week and today, we've just been evolving the character well beyond what he initially was. I definitely think he's become a very different and more interesting looking character. Probably want to do maybe a side profile version of him also, just to have that available in case we need it. Yeah, I think that's going to work as a walking animation for him. It's a little weird, but I like it. It's silly. Probably perfect for the NES era, having some silliness to it. So I think I'm going to save that so we don't lose what we've gotten done. I think what we'll do now is actually work on doing a side walking animation. Let's pause that. Load up this version and duplicate that. So what we need to do is translate this over to sideways. This is gonna be fun. When I say fun, I mean in the wholeheartedly most disingenuous version of the word. Let's see. Figure out whereabouts things lined up on him. Yeah, it's gonna be interesting when we start bringing these characters into the game itself and see how they look. I mean, for all we know, these guys could turn out looking terrible, and have to go back to the drawing board on a lot of them. To take this, so I only need half of him. right there, so I don't have to go any higher than that. Looks a little too human. Yeah, it does have like a Undertale vibe to it. You always kind of wonder where they get their inspiration from their music. Okay. Oh wait, hold on. Did I? Okay, so. I fear whereabouts is cool. Don't want to exceed this area too much.
I was lost in your diamond eye. Oh, but then they turned to white.
Just throw some stuff out there for now to kind of get
It all
an idea.
alone, 'cause you pushed too far and there's no turning back. You don't wanna see me now, 'cause we both know it would just mess with your head. I don't wanna bring you down, 'cause I'm doing so good now. You don't wanna see me now, 'cause we both know it would just mess with your head. I don't wanna bring you down, 'cause I'm doing so good now. I learned how to trust myself. Oh, now I'm
I like that
good.
more like that.
I know you can tell. You don't wanna see me now, 'cause we both know it would just mess with your head. I don't wanna bring you down, 'cause I'm doing so good now. You don't wanna see me now, 'cause we both know it would just mess with your head. I don't wanna bring you down, 'cause I'm doing so good now.
I like that more. Let's give it some extra bits here. kind of has a skull look going for it. A bit. Yeah, that was looking good. Yeah, they started off being, when I initially designed the character, it was supposed to be like underneath of his cloak or something, but I kind of evolved it into tentacles, and I kind of like that more. So I kind of decided, I've been kind of playing off of that, trying to make them look more and more like tentacles. Just adds like, I don't know, I like the creepiness behind that, so. My favorite video game is actually Metroid. It was one of my first games I ever played growing up, and fell in love with the franchise back then, and has pretty much played every single installment of it since. I blame Nintendo for not hearing that name more often. I don't know why nothing was ever released during the Wii U era for Metroid. I mean, it would have been easy to create stuff for it back then. I always felt like Metroid seems to be like the redhead stepchild of the NES, other than the Nintendo franchises, because Nintendo just always likes to forget about it, and it just irritates me to no end. Yeah, they're too hung up making Mario sequel after Mario sequel, it seems. Okay, that's starting to get a bit of more of a cloak look for it. Listen to that stuff for now as I try to flush it out a bit more. Okay, I don't like when Twitch sends me notifications. What's up? Oh. I'm using a program called Graphics Gala. It's an open source. Actually, I think it's open source. It's an open source program. It's got some issues. I wouldn't say it's the greatest program out there for doing sprites, but it does a lot of stuff that I like utilizing with it. My only gripe that I tend to complain about maybe every other episode is the fact that there's no hotkey for deselect. So anytime I make a selection, I have to go over here and manually hit deselect, and it's annoying. It is a lot better than MS Paint. But there's some other good programs out there. I want to... I think last year I went through and actually tried out a bunch of them, and just in the end I felt like this offered enough of the features I wanted, and so I've just stuck with it. Like none of them had 100% of everything I needed, and I just kind of eventually just said, okay, well I need something that does this, this, and this, and I'll deal with any shortcomings, and this is kind of the one that won out. Did I make that too high? I feel like I did. I did not know there was an IDE for MS Paint. Huh. That's actually kind of cool. Bring this up a bit higher so we still keep. Oh, that I've completely forgot. I had done that. The double thickness. Trying to get this to do look what I want as being a real pain tonight. It probably should have like attached somewhere. It's supposed to be like a That does not look good. I feel like every time I get a couple steps forward, I feel like I go a few back. That one needs to go there. And those are about right, the right height. Ooh, that might work. Ooh, that really might work. You know, maybe just not having sleeves at all would work. Sleeves are overrated. No, that's too far in. So I like the more flat look. I like this song. Ah, there we go. That's starting to look better. It's a lot better. Yeah, I actually like that. That looks really good. Indie Game Network, thank you for liking the tweet tonight, and I hope I'm not botching this, but Ospris, thank you also for liking it. So I have a free pixel. Woohoo. Select. Free pixels for everyone. I like that. That's good. Now let's try do a walking animation. As always. Most of the animation in this one's going to be in the tentacles themselves. Welcome back. Thanks. Moving on to working on the walking animation for this guy. Let's duplicate this. Okay, so we got a basic idea what needs to get fixed still. Oh yeah, wrong one.
When I say I love you, it doesn't feel like a lie. When I say that's to the sky, what gives me so much to hide. And talking to myself in the dream state, I'm talking to a wall because you can't relate. Not the first time, won't be the last. Do you really think we could ever get it back? Do you think we could ever get it back? Do you think we could ever get it back? Do you think we could? Do you think we could ever get it back? When you say you miss me, should I take it too hard?
Actually, let's reverse this.
If there's even a start. When you say you need me, it doesn't feel like a lie. When you reach for the bottom, it gives you so much to hide. Talking to myself in the dream state, talking to a wall because you can't relate. Not the first time, won't be the last. Do you really think we could ever get it back? Do you think we could ever get it back? Do you think we could
I can just cut out a lot of this black here.
Shadows play a trick on my eyes. Creatures in my bedroom at night. Lately I have not been sleeping fine. I can't get no peace of mind. Though I could be better than I've ever been. Got friends, a family, and a place to stay. Though I should be better than ever when I see my loved ones every day. I know for every laugh we share today, there'll be a teardrop later on. I know the more I have, the more I have to lose. The
What else can I change?
here with me, but at least my nightmares did not get fulfilled. Though I could be better than I've ever been, got friends, a family, and a place to stay. For I should be better, but never am. I see my loved ones every day. I know for every laugh we share today, there'll be a teardrop later on. I know the more I have, the more I have to lose, the less I feel I've won. I've been having nightmares. I've been having nightmares. I know for every laugh we share today, there'll be a teardrop later on. I know the more I have, the more I have to lose, the less I feel I've won.
I've been good tonight. So far, I've only been drinking unsweetened tea, though usually I crack open an energy drink around this time. Okay, I think. Normally I drink energy drinks during the show, but I've been trying to be good and I've been trying to avoid them a little bit more. How's that look? No, I have a lot more black in that area, and I like kind of black. Oh man, that was looking good. I liking it. really good. Last little bit, I think. Just, yeah. What else? What else? What else? What can we do here? I would rather it not be the next Flappy Bird. I would like it to be a little bit, have a little bit longer shelf life than that game. And it takes a lot of inspiration from like Metroid and Zelda. A lot of Nintendo elements are in this game. I'd hope it kind of maybe be something like that, where it just has a maybe like the next like mascot type franchise out there. Too many franchises nowadays, like they just burn fast, and they're only like popular for like one generation, maybe two. But like Nintendo actually had franchises that lasted forever, that had longevity, and that's kind of what I'd hope to eventually get to. Let's see. Bow. I think that works. I didn't like it. I'm saving this stuff before software crashes on me and I lose everything. I don't have enough room to put them next to each other. I definitely think size-wise she's coming up. Yeah, so when yeah, I think comes out decent height. Yeah. Good. I think that looks great. Yeah. Yeah. I like having that for the attack animation. It's definitely going to be a close combat creature, which is definitely going to be good. I have to find somewhere for them to hide a bit. She probably could easily hide just the head. Yeah, maybe. Might be able to do something with that. So there's that. It's another one for the books. I think if there's anything left here I want to change. That version. Huh, what the hell is... Oh, that was initial... Huh, I did not realize that was on a different layer. Weird. Yeah, let's clean that up. Let's delete that out of here. Occasionally, we bring stuff into Unreal. We're doing some work with it. We just finished up working with actually building out the whole entire world for the game. So we did all the tile maps, so that we had all the whole entire world kind of mapped out. We're going to be going back eventually, probably in a month or two, to start building out those sections of the world again, because right now it's just a really empty world. But I decided to go back here, start building out more villains to actually place into the game itself, because until you actually had some bad guys in there, I didn't know what type of obstacles I needed to put in, where things should be placed. So I was like, okay, let me go back, create some creatures, then bring those in, try to get the AI program for these guys so that they're actually thinking properly and they can attack you while you're moving around. And then we can kind of build things around that. It is a side-scrolling game, very old school Metroid and Castlevania style. So the areas are kind of designed to have some backtracking on it, very maze-like level. But yeah, right now I just wanted to get back into doing some more sprite work just to get things ready. Delete that. So we've got forward 1 and forward 2. Movements. Let's move this just up here so we can see. Inside those. Okay, so that one's all done. See if there's anything we have to do with some of these older ones we were working on. Never created an attack animation for this one yet. Yeah, all the music and sound will be NES style, so using the same type of chiptune type sounds, very simple. I'm not great with music, so we're probably going to be possibly outsourcing the music to somebody. I have a couple friends who are who perform a lot of music, and I was going to reach out to them, see if they might be interested in actually making a score for the game. It's probably only going to have 2 songs in it that will be looping, maybe possibly 3. We are also under a very tight file size limitation. If the assets, music sounds, sprites, if they all can't be within a size of a NES cartridge, we'll want to have to start chopping things. So, okay, yeah, this guy needed a attack animation, which I never did. Oh man, I screwed up on this. Shoot. Baby. Have it lean forward for an attack. That could work. Yeah, that could actually work. turn you off. Ah, shoot. This thing's actually going to be in quite the overhaul. Okay, so there's that. Cool. Yeah, we've been dissecting a lot of how the NES handled going sideways and up and down, and yeah, if you wind up attacking too much, like similar to what they did like in Super Mario Bros. 2, you wind up running into a lot of issues. So we're trying to, because otherwise we got to put in kind of like a section load type screen, which is not something we want to do. So we've been very cautious on how we've been handling things. It hasn't been easy at all, but yes, that's not gonna work. Why'd I have to give him patterns on his back? Some splits being used. What the heck level is this thing on? Oh, that's why. Okay, so we keep the tail intact. We can use right there, putting that forward. Okay, this one is getting some edits though. Just here though, so how is it? Okay, it's light green on top. If I wanted to. This one's already getting modified anyway, so might as well just. Did I accidentally delete one that I was supposed to? As you know, that section's getting redone, so it doesn't matter. Ha! Damn hands. Okay, so that's the section that needs to be untouched. Okay, so wait a minute. That is not in the right spot. Damn it. Okay, what hell happened? Let's see it there. Okay, I didn't screw up anything else. Good. Thank you so much, and yeah, thanks for hanging out. It's always nice to actually have people I can chat to while I'm working on stuff. Yeah, good night, and take care. And hopefully I'll see you again sometime in the next stream. We do this every Sunday, so maybe we'll see you again. Take care. Then that looks good. I like this. I like it a lot. So, the way this is designed, you'll be able to stretch forwards. Probably find out exactly maybe how far away it can probably stretch. Get substantial like stretchiness. Find out what the limitations and NES would let me do that probably. A simple like range, close range / range attack. Really like. So actually, let's duplicate left. I'm just like, I know I have. Hold on, let's watch it first. Trash that. Let's move this hand into a different level. Wrong keyboard. Yeah, I know. Deselect. Here's the hand extension. So, just want to see how. Doesn't really matter which one I have. So definitely needs some additional work. Oops. Did the music just stop? I bet it's asking me to confirm I want to keep playing. Yes, I do.
Chase my heart, then hit the brakes. You hold my head underwater until I can't take no more.
Okay. Well, it is that time of the night, guys. It is almost 9 o'clock, so I think it's time for me to wrap up tonight's show. Thank you all for watching. It was great. Especially thank you, Logan, for actually hanging out and chatting quite a bit tonight. It was great. Thank you so much. It's really nice when people actually take the time to kind of chat and get to know the project a little more. Anyway, yeah, thank you so much. Thank you, everyone, for all the tweets and retweets and likes on Twitter. Um, as always, guys, thank you for joining me tonight. Please like, subscribe, ring the bell, whatever all the social media things guys are doing now. Boy, there are way too many to keep track. It is getting ridiculous. But yeah, please keep sharing. Sharing this. Wow, geez, it's definitely getting late. I'm getting tired. Yeah, please just keep going out there, sharing the site, sharing the content that we're doing, just to kind of help build up the community. It really helps. I really appreciate it when you guys do that. It's always nice to meet new people, get input, feedback on what we're doing. It's great, and I really appreciate it. Yeah, so that is it for tonight. I am going to save everything and get ready for bed. Yeah, as always, at the end of the show, we have all the social media links and addresses and whatnot. Heads up, the official website has been having some issues. Our original server, it was a little Raspberry Pi, died on us. And when I brought took the SD card out of it and brought it over to the new one we picked up, database was corrupted, so I had to actually grab an old one. So a lot of stuff's outdated. Working on rebuilding it. Hopefully, we should have that back up and running when maybe in a couple weeks. For now, I mean, it still works. It just doesn't have links to all the most recent episodes in the news feed on there. But that's what we have Twitter and all the other great places for. So anyway, yeah, so that is it. And I will see you guys all next week here at Medaverse. And take care and see you later.